Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Today's Whole Food Wednesday, so I have another whole food, plant-based, oil-free recipe for you guys. And today we're going to be making a super simple, easy, 2-ingredient quinoa pizza crust. You heard me, 2 ingredients only. So to start this recipe off, you're going to want some rinsed and drained quinoa. So basically I just put this in a bowl, rinsed it really well, kind of like you rinse rice, and then I drained the water, and then we're going to add this to our high-speed blender, and then we're going to add in some water and some seasoning, and that's it. The seasoning is optional. Obviously, it does need salt. It really helps with the flavor. But I like to put onion powder, garlic powder, and salt. And I'll put the ingredient list and instructions in the description box below. I'm not going to make a blog post because it's such a super and simple recipe to create. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this in my high-speed blender until everything's emulsified for about a minute. So when you're done mixing it, it should look nice and thick and creamy like this, and it's ready to start forming our pizza. So I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 425 degrees, and then I'm going to line my pizza pan with some parchment paper. You could do this on a pizza stone as well. And then I'm going to take about half a cup of that mixture. So this mixture is going to give you like 3 good-sized pizzas. I usually do a half a cup for each pizza, and that usually gets me about 3. So you're just going to want to put it down gently onto your surface of your parchment paper, and then use the bottom of your measuring cup to kind of spread it out. You don't want it too thin. You could see right there it was a little thin, so I tried to cover it up. So you just want to make it like a nice even layer, as even as you can. And then as soon as you're done with that, we're going to pop this in the oven, and we're going to pre-bake this before we put any of our toppings on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven, and then we'll start topping this with some delicious toppings. So I cooked my crust in the oven for about 10 minutes at 425 degrees, and then I'm just going to top this with some traditional toppings. So I just have some homemade oil-free pizza sauce that I'm going to go ahead and top right here. It's just some tomato sauce with some Italian seasoning, some garlic powder, some onion powder, just super simple ingredients. And then I have some zucchini here, some tomatoes, some spinach, and then we'll top the pizza off with some nutritional yeast before popping it in the oven. Now, when you're ready to pop this in the oven, you want to bake this at the same temperature, 425 degrees, for about 5 to 7 more minutes. And then I turn it on the broiler on low, and then I like to toast it up a little bit for about 2 more minutes. So that's optional, but that's what I like to do. And then we're just going to be ready to serve it up, and it's super quick and easy and delicious. And this is just something that you can really throw together without too much effort. I mean, you're just using quinoa and water and then toppings of your choice. So when it comes out of the oven, do give it a minute or so to set, and then start to pull it away from your parchment paper. I did test this on foil and silicone baking mats, and I did find that the parchment paper was the better option to cook the pizza on and remove it from easily. But do not reuse your parchment paper. If you're going to make multiples of this, which the recipe calls for 3, you do want to use a different piece of parchment paper each time, otherwise your pizza's going to stick. So you can see here it's nice and crispy around the edges. It is a little softer in the middle, depending on how heavy you go with your ingredients. But definitely don't over sauce it because you don't want it to be too soft, but it's super delicious. So for another idea I had for you guys, I took some refried beans, just some pinto beans that I call refried beans, that I usually blend up in my blender, and then I cook them in the pan just to heat them up. I added some Mexican seasonings like cumin, chili powder, paprika, and then some onion powder, garlic powder. and then I added some salsa. And so I mixed the salsa with it, and then I spread that over the top, kind of making our own little taco pizza. So for toppings, I just went ahead and used some black olives and some spinach, and then some tomatoes, and then of course some more of that nutritional yeast. And then of course bake it in the oven, same at 425 degrees for 5 to 7 minutes, and then under the broiler for about 2 more minutes. So now my pizza's out of the oven. I'm going to go ahead and cut it up and serve it. This is such a delicious option, you guys. I made a third one off camera for my husband. I just put some more of that bean and salsa mixture, and then I did some soy curls on top, and he really enjoyed that. I did some more nutritional yeast and spinach and some tomatoes and olives as well, and it was a great combination. You could really switch this up however you like and put whatever toppings you like. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you make one of my recipes, don't forget to tag me on Facebook or Instagram. I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.